Storm chasers have tracked a monster weather system to a small Midwestern town.
What's happening up top, kid? I got nothing up here, just clouds.
A single father and his two sons start their day unaware of the impending storm.
Trey, get out, run to the back.
When multiple tornadoes touch down, they must band together to survive into the storm.
Hi, I'm Kevin, and I'm here with Liz and Salim. We're here to talk about the new film, Into the Storm. We've all just seen it. Liz, did it take you away?
No, I thought the film had one great scene, and then the rest of it was useless to me. And that's how I feel about Into the Storm. I should just leave now. It was a movie about tornadoes, and then tornadoes were the stars. And if you like destruction, and if you like disaster movies, you probably have a great time. For the most part, I thought the performances were bad, and I thought the script was pretty bad as well.
The destruction was wonderful. I mean, granted, the director of this movie also was a visual supervisor for Avatar, so obviously it's going to all be there on screen. However, yeah, the characters are wooden. It's a found footage format, which I think is tired. I think that the character motivations are weak. And honestly, I just felt like it was a more expensive version of Sharknado.
You're out of your freaking mind. I mean, come on now. First, I disagree with both of you.
Really?
No, here's the thing. I don't think it's, art by any stretch of the imagination.
And then what is it?
They took time with the characters, which I appreciated. I didn't think they were the most interesting, but I didn't think they were super dull either. I kind of saw where the character arcs were going to go. Like, as soon as Sarah Callies' character calls her daughter, I'm like, okay, got it. But then there was there's the Hugh Jackman, Richard Armitage guy, and his two kids. But I like the kids. His two sons, they both had completely different personalities. Yeah. You had to have the kid who wants to hook up with the girl, and then they get trapped underwater.
They get trapped underwater in a radioactive tunnel.
I will agree with you that when they said, because you and I were sitting next to each other, when they said, I need to go back to the abandoned chemical facility, I was like, oh crap.
Yeah.
That's not going to be good.
No repercussions for
and
their
then nothing
exposure.
happened. So I wonder if they cut something out, or because I expected a little bit more with that. But for the most part, I was like, I didn't expect a lot from this, and I thought they did a better job with characterization than I thought they would. And really, you are just there for the tornadoes. And if you really go back 20 years to Twister, there isn't much going on with Twister. There was a small tornado, a bigger one, and then a big one. That was the whole movie.
But the characters
were there. Yeah, it was like the development. Yeah.
No, they were okay. They weren't that great.
Okay.
Even at the time, everybody was like, no, it was all right.
If your main characters are going to be these tornadoes, I need a reason why they're getting bigger and bigger, why they're deviating from the course.
She talks about it.
No, she's like, things are changing lately, and storms are getting bigger. But there's no real message. There's nothing that the film's trying to say about the environment or about nature.
They try to hang a lantern on the fact that Hurricane Katrina, Hurricane Sandy.
It's one sentence.
Exactly. These once-in-a-lifetime storms are no longer once in a lifetime because they're happening once a year. I mean,
but they're the main characters of this story, so I'm like, well, I want to know why they're there.
And you want us to go outside?
You don't understand.
Yes, you have to.
This is the storm shelter, for Christ's sake.
Not for this.
Would you please believe us? We've been out there, and we know what this can do.
I'm not going to risk it. I got hundreds of scared people.
You will have hundreds of dead people if you stay here.
Just watching, the wide shots where you see trees and they're bending. I mean, there was so much going on, and a lot of it was CGI. And I was like, how are they even wrapping their heads around what they had to do to put all these things together? Yeah. But I thought Sarah Wayne, she doesn't have much of a character, but I thought she was believable and realistic. I thought the kids were great.
I thought one of the kids was good.
Max Deacon, I thought was good. In terms of the technical prowess of the film, I agree, it looks good, but if you're going to do a found footage film, I can't, it's such a huge pet peeve of mine if you don't have focal shifts or you don't have, reasons for why in a cramped space filled with water, you still have a camera on. I need a little bit more rationalization for why things look as beautiful as they do.
I mean, they had high-def cameras, the people, the storm chasers.
Right.
But I agree, there was a couple points where I was like, why
does he camera on?
I have to go save my brother, and he puts the camera down and it's perfectly placed.
Right.
So I understand that, but for some reason I just kind of got sucked into it. I'm not, again.
We have multiple vortices touching down.
Pete, these systems are too erratic. We gotta get out of here.
Oh my God, no.
So let's talk about the director a little bit, Steve Quale. We know him previously from Final Destination 5, but I think his most famous credit is visual effects supervisor for Avatar. And it's apparent that he works a little bit better with digital environments rather than real people, because that's the best part of this film, and the performances are a little bit wooden.
I don't think the performances were terrible, except for one, and I don't want to keep on badgering the poor thing.
He deserves it. Richard Armitage was horrible.
But I thought everybody else was fine. Like, I was surprised that there was characters at all, because I just didn't expect.
You shouldn't be surprised.
You shouldn't be surprised. This is a movie.
I think, again, it goes back to the trailer, because I was like, is there anybody in this movie except for tornadoes? Into the Storm is Twister on steroids. And I feel like if you're going to go see it, you need to see it in a theater on a huge screen with great sound. See it.
Into the Storm is dampened by clumsy storytelling and simple characters. It's okay for this one to blow right past you. Skip it.
Despite an attempt to slap on a message about living in the moment, the film still comes off as flimsy and phony. Skip it.
Well, our vote's set up to 1 ticket, which is stream it for Into the Storm.
Cheers.
You suck all the fun out of the world.
This movie sucks.
I felt like a tornado.
Of badness.